outside. I thought we were going to be outside on steps. It's a beautiful day out there, by the way. What we just witnessed is government at work the way it should work. You guys should be really proud to be here in your state capital and to watch that happen. And this is the overarching purpose of the Convention of States project. It's a lot more than Article 5 of the Constitution. It's a lot more than calling a convention, passing the resolutions to call a convention. It's a lot more than getting amendments out of a convention or even ratifying them. All of those things are really important. And we are going to do all of those things. And by the way, you have to stay engaged in order to do all of these things. I want to second something that Randy was just saying, which is really important. We need volunteers. One of the things you see in any organization, I don't care what, civic organization, church, Boy Scouts, whatever, you know, you get 10% of the people do 90% of the work. And that, frankly, does not work in citizenship. Those numbers don't work. The founders had expectations of us as their project. They knew what was going to come after, and they told us it was going to be up to us. You know, you guys have heard Ben Franklin's famous saying as he came out of the Constitutional Convention and he was asked what form of government had we been given, and he said, "A republic, madam." Remember the rest of it?
If you can keep it.
He didn't say if really smart guys like me can keep it. He didn't say if there will be some really wise men who meet up once in a while to keep it. He didn't say if you elect the right people. He didn't say any of that stuff. What he said is if we can keep it, if you can keep it. What he meant by that is you have to be engaged. You guys are engaged. I don't mean to be lecturing you. You're here, which is incredible. And this is, in my opinion, a good crowd. That committee room is packed. That makes a huge difference. We're going to need a lot more in the House, which means you guys have to stay engaged, and you have to bring your friends and your family, your kids. I'll tell you, having kids, by the way, in the hearing room, super valuable. And the legislators love to see kids engaged in the process. If you know young people that are willing to testify, some of the best testimony I've seen around the country, young, especially college-age political science students. They do a great job for us. And they are the future. These are the people we're bequeathing this country to, just like the founders did to their progeny and down on to us. And so having them speak in front of the legislators and asking them, hey, if you guys won't do this for yourselves, at least do it for us, that's really powerful. So you guys are engaged, stay engaged, increase your engagement by, if all you've done is come to the Capitol, you are to be lauded for that because you're the top 1%. But now we need you to step up and maybe be a district captain or volunteer in some other way. Be part of the movement. And so I appreciate y'all for being here and doing that. You know, there's a story I want to tell you, and a bunch of you might have heard this story before, so forgive me. I've been told that I should tell this story so much that I should feel like throwing up when I tell it. I'm not there yet, so I have to keep telling this story. This is the story of my favorite Revolutionary War hero. And this guy's my hero because he was just a regular guy. You know, when we study American history, and the way we teach it in public schools, and just the way it's generally taught, or history is taught generally, we study what I call the great person theory of history, right? So we know about Churchill in England, we know about Washington and Adams and Madison in our own Revolutionary War. We know about Patrick Henry because he gave the great "Give me liberty or give me death" speech. We know these very famous people of the Revolutionary period. But they actually weren't the ones who made the revolution. I mean, certainly they were important figures, some of them even pivotal figures, but there were tens of thousands, ultimately hundreds of thousands of people who participated in that revolution. When I think back and when I read about the history of the American Revolution, I have a really hard time imagining myself to be George Washington or Patrick Henry or Madison. I'm not that smart, I'm not that charismatic. In the case of Washington, I'm not that tall. So it's hard to like put yourself, it feels like hubris if you think of yourself as those people.